Well, you know, to beat one of the better teams in this league, we're probably going to have to shoot better than 40% or 35%, and that's kind of where we're at all the time. They're really gifted offensively, and you know, they kind of beat us up in the paint. Love that we battled and everything, but they were men and we were a little young, so you kind of get what you deserve. I'm very impressed with them. They're really gifted offensively.
What made it so hard to generate an offensive possession, or when you get it to one,
yeah,
under 8, you just can't get a good possession.
Get
it over the top.
And you know, that's a big possession too, and we probably get a little, you know, anybody can take the shot when, you know, there's 15 minutes left or in the first half, and sometimes guys are a little nervous with it, and I thought that happened at UCLA. We didn't really know who do we go to, and we have been going to Johnny, which has been great, and going into the post, and he's been a go-to guy. But we had a hard time getting it to him there and kind of forced some things. But those were, you know, killers for us, and then they make every big shot or every big putback. Any
concern that you're going to run John Mooney into the ground by mid-February with what he's doing for you?
Yeah, he's tired. He's really tired, and that's why, you know, we have to play Chris Doherty right now, and we just can't play this league schedule with 7 guys, not knowing Durham's situation. Yeah, I'm really guarded. Like, I don't even know if he's going to practice the next 2 days. We really have to be careful. I am concerned about that because he has given us everything. It's unbelievable, but he's tired.
You had a great effort from Dane, especially in the second.
Yeah, you know, something to grow on there for him. He needs to be aggressive, and you know, that's probably the first ACC game that he's really been aggressive and felt part of it. You know, so you know, we started him. Maybe that helped him, but man, I love that he hunted his shot and his drive and was active, and so we want to build on that, and Chris gave us good minutes. So you see, he's a warrior, man, and he's a battler, and I could care less about red shirts. You know, that's that could be a little overrated. You can always redshirt a guy, but we need to have him ready, and he'll play on Tuesday, and he'll play the rest of the way, because I just don't know what's going on with Jawan's situation.
What do you have to do with Nate? Because
struggling.
He's just he
really
is struggling.
Really struggling, and that was on my mind as I walked off the court. How do I help him tomorrow? Because he's given us some good stuff. You think back about how he played at Virginia Tech, and you know, the first league game, I'm going, wow, he's unfazed, and he's come back to earth a little bit. Now he's had great looks that he hasn't made, and I don't want to, you know, I tell him not to hang his hat on that, but if he can get to the backboard, and he's done that. He did that against Boston College, but when he rebounds the ball, I think that helps him. But we just, you know, flush it and move on and be ready to play 20-some minutes on Tuesday, and if you got open looks, keep taking them. But it was a tough day for him. I need to get with him tonight.
Coach, you mentioned everyone is tired, but again, Tuesday looking forward, what do you need from the guys Tuesday?
Yeah, well, I mean, we play a really good team who's hard to score on, and we have a hard time scoring. So that's a bad recipe right now. They don't necessarily score it a lot, but boy, they really guard you. And you know, for us, we're going to have to make some threes over the top, because they have a shot blocker back there in Banks, who's Durham-like. You know, he's back there. But we got to get some rest tomorrow, and we got to practice for 30 minutes on Monday, and then go battle again, because we still have 2 more games, you know, in this stretch, you know, when we come back home. So, you know, I was. Fellas, I said, you know, tip your hat to NC State. They made some big shots and some big plays. You know, we had some great looks that we're going to have to make more of to beat a good team in the league, and we're not doing that right now. And we're going to go down the hall here and try and figure out how we can, how can I help them more on the offensive end. But if you have open shots in our program, you got to take them. Got to take them. Even Nick's. What was the score when Nick had that one in the corner? Was it one?
Still one.
It was one. It was still one. And you know, he shot it better this year. He's got to take that. Got to take that. So, you know, we'll keep swinging. But it's a heck of a league to try and grow up in, baby. Ooh, baby.
How frustrating is it that the one thing you guys have always done is make shots?
Yeah.
You just can't make shots.
Yeah, we are nowhere. It's been very frustrating for me to not be able to find an offensive rhythm consistently, because I think we have some skilled offensive guys out there and that are getting looks, and we just haven't been able to do it. And it just puts so much pressure on your defense. I mean, you know, it's not like they shot, what did they shoot, 43%? I mean, you know, they shot the heck out of it from three. But, you know, even the other night at Carolina, like, we hold them to 38% field goal. Our defense was really good, but, you know, it's getting into the 70s for us, we should have a parade. You know, we've been locked in the freaking 60s for, like, we got to 73, but against a potent team like that, you probably got to get 80 at home. So that is frustrating, and we've got to keep trying to figure out how to help them. But if our guys have open looks, I mean, you know, we got to take them. We got nothing to lose. We got nothing to lose.
Well, do you think it's too, are they, you know, like thinking too much instead of just flowing? You know, are there things like that going on?
I think anytime an individual goes through, you know, missing a couple in a row, it gets a little bit mental with guys, and we've had that with good shooting teams, with you know, a team that's pretty good offensively, but there's one guy not shooting well, and you know, it's one of those things. It's not like I'm going to bring him in and watch tape of his form. You know, I mean, these guys have shot the ball the way they've shot the ball since they were 12 years old. Some of them are better shooters than others. You know, but it's and what they do on their own. They come in and get reps with the assistants before and after, and I just don't like address missing good shots. You know, and it was more with our guys at halftime to start the second half. I said, fellas, we had good. Just keep taking them, man. If it's a good look, just keep taking it. I think the law of averages will kick in eventually, but sometimes I'm beginning to wonder.
With how much you guys, how big a win could be on Tuesday, just how important is it for you guys to?
No, I mean, it'd be huge to get any league win for our group right now, especially the way the schedule plays out the rest of this month. You know, I mean, to scratch out a league win would be huge for us. That's why last Saturday just getting one was a key, and you know, so it would be great. We'll be on the road. That's a tough atmosphere. I think maybe we've won once there, maybe in ACC play, 1-4. So and we've lost at the buzzer a couple times on some crazy ones. But they're hard to score on. They really guard you, and they beat you up on the backboard, which worries me because it's a bit of an Achilles heel for us right now, especially when we play a little bit smaller.
You guys had, like, in the first half, I think 3.5, close to 4 minutes without a field goal.
Yeah.
And it seems like you take out that time, and you guys are +2 right there with the teams that you play, and it kind of seems like a theme in a lot of the games.
I would say I would agree with you on that. You know, we go through some stretches. You know, the one thing we have done more of, and this has been an evolution, is like we throw it to Johnny in the post, and that's been a good thing for us because he's kind of emerged as a scorer and a playmaker if you help. And so, you know, a month ago, we didn't know. I talk about the last possession of the UCLA game. I'm not sure where to go because who are we? Johnny wasn't Johnny then, and so, you know, of course we went to him in the post and he got called for that charge. Was that a charge? Sure. Come on, man. You got called out there. Anyways. So that's been a little bit of a go-to. As we're trying to figure out an offensive identity. You know, overall we're great with the ball. We don't turn it over. You know, and sometimes we shoot it a little quick, but you know, if we get a good one, I think we got to shoot it. And I just don't want guys apprehensive of taking open shots. We've just never done that here, but a little bit different dynamic right now with this group, because we're thinking a little bit.
It's been good with the ball. Prentice only had 1 turnover against pressure all game long.
He's
been
been
pretty
great.
good today, wasn't
Yeah, he's been great, and I feel for him. You know, he tried to make some plays there down one. I mean, the 3 he had, those are the 3s he's made the last 2 games. You know, he's got to take that. And then he turns the corner, and he's had a hard time finishing lately. He's starting, you know, he's learning there's some athletic dudes back there in that league. But if he can turn a corner and get to the rim, he's got to go, you know, and turn the corner. So he's been great with the ball. He's probably playing, you know, what did he play? You know, he played 33. You know, he's getting a little winded, but he was, you know, they're pressing us. I mean, 15 assists, 9 turnovers. Ours, you know, I told our staff the other day, I'm amazed at our assist to turnover because we don't make that many shots. And our assist to turnover is still really good. Like, that blows my mind. Because, you know, if we could make a few more shots, our assist to turnover would be off the charts, but we don't make enough. We don't make any open shots, enough open shots. So we'll go back to work. Let's go back to work. Thank you, guys. See you.